very early morning, wherever you may be. Well, for me, it's very early anyway. But yeah, hello and welcome to the channel. Let's get my lighting sorted as well. Time to blind myself. There you go. Whoa, very bright. How are we all doing, and how do you think this is going to go? I mean, they're just showing the highlights for George Kambosos Jr. versus Teofimo Lopez. It is 3:51 a.m. here in the UK, and we're going to be doing a proper play-by-play, blow-by-blow, round by round boxing commentary for Haney versus Jojo Diaz, and it's going to be a very interesting fight, honestly. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a cracker, I think. Devin Haney's got a chance to, show George Kambosos, who looks like he's going to be commentating actually, or being a pundit for this fight, show him what he's made of, and also show the rest of the world that look, I should be considered as one of the best lightweights on the planet. So we'll see how he fares. But so far, he has looked pretty good in his fights. He fought Linares in his last fight. Looked okay. Didn't look great. Looked okay. Obviously fought Gamboa as well. This is another good name to have on his resume, and he's starting to build a much better resume after really having some not a padded record, but I think he started fighting when he was very young, Devin Haney. So for him, it's more a case of getting it done. So interesting that Chris Mannix has got Jorge Linares 2 spots above Jojo Diaz in terms of his lightweight rankings. Devin Haney's fought. I mean, yeah, he's fought a few of those names, to be fair. Javier Fortuna, I think, was supposed to fight Devin Haney, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So that never materialized. Let's have a look and see. It's going to be an intriguing fight, I think. Obviously, Abdullayev is a pretty good win. To be fair, Santiago K. Uricus Gamboa is pretty washed up now, let's be honest. Linares, again, even with him, he's not anywhere near his prime, but he's a good fighter still. He's still a dangerous fighter. And then Jojo Diaz coming up. I'm assuming that the ring walks will happen in 7 minutes. I mean, there's no one fighting at the moment, so I'm hoping they'll be on time because I would like to sleep at a reasonable time. But yeah, Haney is definitely the favorite going into this. I would be surprised if he stops Jojo Diaz, but at the same time, I'm hoping that he will be coming out trying to make a statement, because honestly, he needs to try to. He cannot afford to just sit there on the back foot and pop off the jab and just try and pick off Jojo Diaz. He needs to look to try and be a lot more entertaining than that if he wants to have the crowd on his side, if he wants to have people tuning into his fights going forward, right? You can't just afford to just sit back and say, oh, I'm just going to pop off the jab. That's not really an option in my book anyway. It needs to be a lot more insane than that, but we shall see. He may just do that, to be fair. He may just say, well, you know what, forget it, I don't care. I'm going to box how I want to box. Just make sure I get the win, and then we'll see. But we could potentially have an upset here as well, to be honest with you. It's definitely not out of the realms of possibility. We could for sure have an upset here, and who knows how that one will pan out. But look, definitely a very, very interesting matchup here to see how Haney deals with Jojo Diaz. He's a good fighter, he's a solid fighter. How does he deal with this? So Mohammad should be coming on soon as well. But yeah, let's see how this one pans out. Hoping they start around. So at the moment it's 3:55 a.m. If they can start in 5 minutes, which doesn't look like they're going to though, that would be ideal. Also, thanks guys for tuning in as well. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. That's that great deal. Let's see. Are they? Oh, here you got ringside. Who have they got? Oh, they got Sean Porter. Oh, Sean Porter back for Dazn. Not bad, eh? It's a pretty good scout for them to get for the evening, and he must be loving it, man. I mean, Sean Porter must be absolutely loving being. I mean, look, he doesn't need to fight anymore. He's retired. He can just sit back, relax, enjoy the media life, the pundit life, and he's definitely one of the better ones around. To be fair to him, he's good, really good pundit. He's quality, man. He really is. I personally think, anyway, he's really, really good. Yeah, let's see how he is for the rest of, I guess, his punditry career. But he's had a good start to it, that's for sure. Just showing Devin Haney against Linares. You can see here, good shot movement, but they're not getting countered a little bit there. Good jab, really, really solid jab, and overhand right Linares. You can see, yeah, definitely hurting Haney one of those rounds. Then Haney recovering well and doing the business, to be fair, for the rest of the fight. Doesn't have concussive power, Haney, and that could be the issue, to be fair. He doesn't have concussive power. That's something that he can potentially work on, but sometimes if you don't have the power, you don't have the power. It's quite hard to then build on that. I mean, as he goes through the weights, will he gain a bit more power potentially? Because I feel like he's quite big for a 135 frame. I think his frame is a lot bigger than that. Just showing Diaz versus Fortuna, and yeah, you can see Diaz is a good fighter, man. He's southpaw as well. He's a very solid fighter, and that was a good win against Fortuna. So he's no mug. He's no mug. This is not an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination. This will be an intriguing fight, nonetheless. Apparently, this fight is in Spanish as well on Dazn. So I do quite enjoy watching Dazn. To be fair, it's quite good. I think the way that they have started to do it. Streaming surely has to be the way forward, but in saying that, there's still a lot of pay-per-views going on, so we shall see. What's this? Hey? Oh, is there a fight in between? It's 4 o'clock. Hey? They're showing fights as if they haven't happened yet. Surely these fights have happened. Oh, these fights must have happened. Let's have a look at the card. 1 sec. So Philip Hergovich was in this card as well, which is interesting. Let's have a look and see. So Montana Love stops Carlos Diaz. You've already seen that. So okay, so the co-main event has happened. Thank the Lord. What happened with the other guys? Actually, someone just Jessica McCaskill beats Candy Wyatt by TKO. She's a good fighter, man, isn't she? Jessica McCaskill. She's a very, very good fighter. Oh, they've got 6-round fights afloat in between. What is going on? Get on to the main fight. It's 4 a.m. here in the UK, and there it's definitely on time. Come on. Oh, that's poor, man. Chucking in a floater. Philip Hergovich drops Amatovich 3 times. TKO in the third round. I mean, he needs a challenge, doesn't he, Filip Hrgović? Now he's close. He's close and close and close to a world title fight for sure. Wait, Philip Castro? Hold on, we've already seen this fight. Why are they showing this? Oh, this isn't right. Well, why are they're showing it as if like it's a highlight, but that's not. Oh, what is going on with the Dazn apps? Wow. Saying here this has already happened 3 hours ago. Castro defeats Solis via TKO. So unless I've missed something, but you guys let me know. Well, the app is absolutely spazzing out. Let's get on to the main fight, please. Oh, any of this rubbish? Yeah, live Haney vs Diaz. Let's go. It's got in Polish and Spanish. Interesting choice to have it in Polish. There we go, much better. God, we're in the dressing rooms. You can see the two warming up. Surely going to be coming out very soon now. They've got to get them out now. Come on. Yeah, they're showing Haney Linares again. I think we've already seen this though. Are they showing it again? Like, that's better. Come on. Stop showing a highlight soon. Let's get on with it. Oh yeah, Ben Davison as well, and there's an advisor and trainer. So Bill Haney is the main guy, but yeah, he's got Ben Davison in there as well, which is interesting because he clearly values what Ben Davison says. That's a really interesting link up as well. By the way, I think. Look, Ben Davison is quite a technical coach. He's good defensively as well for the most part. You can put together attacking game plans and fighters because Lee McGregor is a pretty damn aggressive fighter, systematically breaks down people, as does Josh Taylor, to be fair, as well. So, yeah, that's a good sign, to be fair, as well. But let's see what Devin Haney does approach-wise in this fight. Is he going to box on the back foot, try and pick off Jojo Diaz, or is he going to come forward and try and, I guess, not necessarily brawl, but be more aggressive on the front foot? Is he going to go for a hybrid? I would assume he will try and go for a hybrid, try and pick off Jojo Diaz, and then potentially look to pick his shots. But yeah, let's see. Just having the hands, the gloves on as Mohammad joins us. Mohammad, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Okay. Why are you laughing?
Nothing. It's a wonderful time to be watching boxing tonight, and thoroughly looking forward to this fight.
Yeah, wonderful time to be watching it Saturday Eve. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, looking at this fight, it is an interesting fight. To be honest, they're both quite evenly matched. Yeah, obviously Devin Haney's got a completely undefeated record, looks perfect, but they're both ranked very, very closely to each other. And although Jojo Diaz has lost a fight, he's only lost one fight, hasn't he? And so I think they're very, very closely matched. And Jojo Diaz last lost his fight in 2018, wasn't it? So
Yeah,
he did draw afterwards, but that's not a loss. So I think it's going to be a very close fight. They've both respectively got pretty good KO ratios as well. So it could either of them, to be honest, could get the knockout. So obviously, I think the favorite is Haney, isn't
yeah.
it? But that's not to rule out Jojo Diaz either. So I think it'll be an interesting fight to watch.
Yeah, indeed. And Fendi saying it's so late. I think Haney wins via unanimous decision. And yeah, Ben Davison is in the corner of Haney, so that'll be interesting to
Really?
see. Yeah, whether he has any effect there, but he's part of that team now. Has been, I think, for the last fight as well.
Oh, okay, interesting. So what? Ben Davison is just working with a number of US fighters then, I guess, lately.
I think only Devin. I don't know who else he's worked. I know he's working with Josh Taylor and Lee McGregor. They're obviously both Scottish.
Yeah.
But I don't think he is working with anyone else who is American. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, fair. Well, he's obviously a very good trainer, isn't he? Well known for trading Fury, obviously. For some of the earlier fights, it was less so recently. But still quite a featured trainer in Fury's camp. A few years back. So he's a good trainer, isn't he?
Indeed, yes, a very good trainer. We'll see how he gets on, I guess, in the corner here as well. But I'm hoping that this gets underway soon. I don't know why, as with boxing, where everything always takes forever. Also, for some reason, my stream it started like I was definitely on the stream, the live stream, and then it started going backwards into a fight that happened like 3 hours ago, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then I checked to see, and it was like, "Yep, that's done." And I was, like, "Oh no, am I missing the fight?" But yeah, it hasn't started yet. Diaz, as you said, though, with a pretty damn good record himself as well. Only just that one singular defeat. Beat Tevin Farmer to win the super featherweight title, IBF. So he's a good fighter. He's solid, and he'll be looking to definitely upset the odds here. And get the win, which would be put him in pole position really for that undisputed fight against George Kambosos. To be fair, who's in the studio, the Dazn studio. He's a pundit. Yeah, he was talking to the commentators. He's there obviously at fight week, and you just need to hope that Devin Haney is not looking ahead of Jojo Diaz because he's been talking a bit about George Kambosos. He's been asked a lot of questions. Hopefully, he's not overlooking Jojo Diaz, and surely he would have looked at Teofimo Lopez loss and thought, I can't, the same thing can't happen to me.
Yeah, that's correct. And am I right in thinking the next fight is definitely this fight, right?
Yes,
it must
correct.
be the main fight.
This is the next fight. Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully they get this done. They get the ring walks done ASAP, and we get moving. But yeah, please do remember to smash the like button, guys, if you don't mind, and subscribe to the channel. Helps us out a great deal. Brother says, hey, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in from Twitch. Please do, like the stream, follow us on Twitch as well.
Yeah, and did you mention Fendi said that last time he checked, 700 for Haney and plus 450 for Diaz. Assume minus 700. Sorry, assume obviously that's a bookie reference, isn't it? That this fight is heavily in favor of Haney, according to the bookies, right? So
tear the tape. Interesting. 2-inch height advantage for Haney, and also a 7-inch reach advantage for Devin Haney. So they're definitely the bigger man And
coming in a bit heavier as well, 0.6 heavier.
yeah, obviously the weight limit is 135. So Jojo Diaz has moved up in weight a couple of times. He's looked like he's got a lot more power at this specific weight class. Probably, I think he's actually gained more power. Some people, they tend to just their power doesn't really increase as you go through the weights. He's been known to be pretty feather fisted in lower divisions, but he's looked better, especially against Fortuna in his recent fight, which is a good win because he really just programmed the crowd as well. Having at the 140-pound, obviously losing that undisputed fight to Josh Taylor in the World Boxing Super Series final, which was a cracker. He's at 140 pounds, so that's the one division above this lightweight division. Haney at one point will be moving up to that division, so interesting to see him in the crowd.
Yeah, I think the reach advantage is quite significant. Haney's got, I think it was what, eight inches of extra reach or something.
7, yeah, but he,
like
yeah, I mean, to be fair, like Haney could just sit back and try and just pick off Diaz, but we're hoping for a more entertaining fight than that. And I think for him as well, if he wants to get fans on side, he needs to try and do the business and potentially get a stoppage. There are some question marks around Haney's power, so being able to stop someone like Jojo Diaz will definitely put those, I guess, those concerns to bed, that actually he's got the power to put people away.
Yeah. I think we're about to hopefully have the fighters in the ring soon, as they are currently singing singing the old national anthem.
God save our gracious queen. Even that.
Yes, that is
English
the
one.
British.
Yeah.
It's a bit longer, isn't it? The American one.
It's very long. And the home of the brave. That's just the end of it, isn't it?
That is correct. Where are they? Where are they?
No, we just need to sing the Bugs Bunny national anthem.
MGM Grand.
Yeah.
No, they've obviously big fight in the US, right? So big venue
for the WBC lightweight title of the world.
Yeah, that's a 17,000 seater.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
MGM Grand Casino. Just having a look at. So Jojo Diaz should be walking out very, very soon.
Yeah, I assume there's no poll for this one.
There is a poll for this one.
Is there? What's the
Haney 67% so far.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right. It's not 50-50 like the earlier fight from today.
No.
All right.
Here we go. Jojo Diaz is coming. He's having his walkout now, so hopefully we'll get him out. Fendi, I think it's going to start at 4:30. Hopefully it'll start more like 4:20. I mean, it depends on how long the walkouts are. I'm just hoping they don't have really long ones. Just get out there and walk. Do a Terence Crawford and just walk to the ring. Forget this. I'm going to dance around, have a chat to everyone in the crowd, and spend about 5 hours making my way to the ring. Get in there and get fighting.
Yeah, I have a feeling their ring walks aren't going to be that long, to be honest.
Agreed. A few of you as well in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, especially if you're from the UK. It's very late. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. Read us, help us out a great deal.
Yeah. Right. I think we've got Jojo Diaz there. He looks like he's just on his own. He's having a little stroll. Slowly
No
into
Eddie
the
Hearn
ring.
beside him.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's going to have quite a quick, brisk ring walk in.
That's what we
Just
like.
having a
Devin Haney would definitely have a more elaborate one.
There you go, just like that. Jojo Diaz is already in the ring. Basically.
Magic.
In he goes. Looking relatively flash. Looks like he's got maybe some jewelry on the back of his, might be some glitter, don't know.
Bejeweled. No, I don't think
on
it's
the back
glitter.
of his little hoodie thing. I think it said JJD on JDJ. Yeah, it makes sense.
JDJ, yeah. Because it's Jojo Diaz Jr.
Yes. It looks like there's diamonds maybe on the back of that.
Diamonds are
Who knows?
forever. Surely you wouldn't waste putting diamonds on the back, would you?
You can always give them back afterwards, can't you?
It'd just be fake stuff, no?
Maybe. Yeah, I
Mohammed's
think
got
having that
expensive
many
taste.
diamonds in this, that would cost a lot of money, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah, Mohammed's got expensive taste. He wants diamonds or nothing.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends how heavy the diamonds are. You know, these things can have an impact on your performance.
Exactly. A suit could be too heavy otherwise if the diamond's too heavy.
Yes, exactly. You don't want to wear anything that's too heavy. It's happened before. It can always have an impact on your performance.
Exactly. Your legs could go. They could it could buckle with the weight of the 45-pound suit that you're wearing.
Yeah, suits or masks or anything really. You should always come in light to a fight.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's important.
100%. Yeah.
Looks like we've got Devin Haney just on his way in. I mean, currently they're just showing a highlight reel.
Interesting tracksuit. It's almost like lycra.
Oh, maybe you're ahead of me.
Well, that is a horrible tracksuit. You're going to see it.
You're definitely ahead. There you go. Now I'm seeing him. Oh, okay.
What the hell is that?
So it's quite shiny. It looks like it's made out of
lycra.
Yeah, maybe. It just looks really, really shiny and reflective. Green and black.
Not. I think it is horrible.
There is Eddie Hearn though.
Of course, mate. Eddie Hearn is
sneaking behind him.
Yeah, exactly. Making sure the Dream, Devin Dream Haney, walking out in his very strange outfit.
Yeah, it's got a bit of an entourage behind him.
It looks like a biker jacket. That's what it looks like. So something he'd drive a bike with.
I think if you were, oh yeah, maybe.
Look at the sleeves; they're leather, I think, and then he's got like a lycra.
Yeah, it almost looks like that. I mean, whatever, you do you. If you want to do that, you can do it.
Yeah, you do you, Dream Haney.
Anyway, off he goes. He's having a little walk through now.
Hopefully the lycra's not too heavy as well.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I think it's a very short walk up.
Yes, I'm impressed.
He's already at the ring, and just gives a little wave to the crowd and gets in. There you go. Both fighters in the ring now.
Did you know that Devin Haney and his dad are Muslim? No, why are you laughing?
No, I didn't. That's interesting. Trivia of the day.
So I don't know if you hear him in interviews and stuff. Like the first thing he says is "Alhamdulillah" in a very American and basic accent. But like I don't know if they. I don't think they.
Search.
I don't think they were always Muslim. I think he's maybe like converted in the last few years, but I thought first of all it was just Devin Haney, but then I heard his dad say it as well recently in the press conference. I was like, fair enough.
According to someone on Twitter, when there's loads of experts on Twitter,
of course, Michael Benson.
He became a Muslim like a month ago, apparently.
A month ago. I mean, he's definitely been a Muslim more than a month because he was a Muslim during the Jorge Linares fight.
Okay. Look, so some website says he converted to Islam in April 2021.
Okay.
It is. I mean, okay, interesting. There you go. That's his personal life for you. We give you everything on QualityShot. If you want to know about his personal life, we will tell you about his personal life as well.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Jojo Diaz, I have no idea what he believes in, but
he's not Muslim, I don't think.
Oh God,
he's not a brother.
this is all very important.
I think he's Christian, but we're wrong. Could even be an atheist.
Oh God. Oh goodness me.
David Diamante is doing the call out. He's like, the fight starts now. I'm not a massive fan of that. I mean, I know he can't use "Let's Get Ready to Rumble" because it's being copyrighted, obviously. But yeah, I don't know.
It's what it is.
I don't know. What else could he say? I just feel like nothing else sounds the same. Everything sounds so rubbish compared to it.
Yeah, but it's such a rip-off to say "Let's Get Ready to Rumble" because of the copyright.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So he can't. So he says the fight starts now. He's not allowed to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let him say it. He needs to have something to say. I mean, if he wants to say that, he can say it. At the end of the day, I mean, the ring announcers. Well, no offense, but it's not that
irrelevant, aren't you?
Yeah, in a way. I mean, probably most well known for his dreadlocks.
Yeah, he is.
Right?
Yeah,
that's probably his copyright. The dreadlocks.
That's his copyright. I don't think he can copyright dreadlocks.
Yeah, but whereas someone like Buffer, he's got that phrase basically. So everyone's got their own little thing, and that's
indeed
that's Diamond
snack teacher, whatever the hell that is.
Snack.
And there you go. He's sponsored by Fashion Nova. What an icon, Devin Haney.
It is. It's making moves.
Making moves. Fashion Nova is everywhere, isn't it? Right. So, Mohammad prediction.
I'm gonna say Haney late TKO.
Okay.
/KO.
I'm gonna go Devin Haney points. I think unfortunately might bore us, but we'll see. Hopefully he doesn't.
I mean, if he wants to give the fans something, then he needs to produce a KO, a TKO, just to entertain them. I mean, obviously.
Oh, by the way,
fans are basic and they don't care, and they just want to see someone getting knocked out. But I mean, half of them probably do.
I mean, to be fair, I think everyone does. Let's be honest. In some capacity, depending on obviously how important you say it. So, by the way, as we're about to start here, it's 50-50 is the poll, but now it's changed 56% Haney. So we'll keep that as the snapshot.
There you go, 56%. Lock it in, lock and load.
Not bad.
Jojo Diaz kissing someone in this corner, maybe his dad or something. I don't know. I have no idea. All right. Well,
it's just a random old man he likes to kiss on the cheek,
mate. So we got both fighters, and we are off first round.
You can see Jojo Diaz in the southpaw stance.
Yeah.
So there might be a couple of feet getting tangled up.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting having the southpaw stance there. Haney just attempting a attempting a jab, just using that reach as best as he can, given his reach advantage.
Good right hand to the body. Am I ahead of you again?
Yeah, just saw the right hand to the body now.
Okay, let me just pause it because I can pause it. That's the great thing about it.
Fair. And then
I'm 2 minutes 10.
For the 2 minutes 10 now.
Okay, that's fine. It's probably about right then.
Then
good right hand from Haney.
Yeah.
There, 1-2. Yeah, good. Very solid work from Devin Haney. Good right hook as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, going nice hook to the body. Yeah.
He's definitely having success early on here. I think he's come out and he's looking to be proactive, which is good. He's not looking to be boring. He does work quite well to the body. He's got good straight shots. Devin Haney quite tidy in his work. Good 1-2 there again. Managing to prise open the guard of Jojo Diaz. Obviously, because Jojo Diaz is a southpaw, that backhand is going to be really important for Haney. He's going to have to throw that probably more often than he would, obviously, for an orthodox fighter, because that is the shot to kind of prise open the defense of Jojo Diaz. The jab might not be as effective because it's obviously, he can get cancelled out by Jojo Diaz's own jab as well. You can see they're pouring at, trying to stop Haney from jabbing there.
Yeah, nice jab by Haney again, trying to break through the guard of Diaz, and Diaz not having that much activity coming from his side. Haney doing a good job.
Feel out round for sure for him, isn't he?
Yeah, I agree. It looks like Haney's round. Haney doing some good body work.
Or Venu, why are you awake at 4:27 a.m., mate? Venu, what are you doing?
4
in the morning. Come on, Jojo. Venu, you need to go to sleep, mate.
My boy.
Venu does wake up early, but not this early, mate. We've got football in the morning. Venu's got football as well.
Yeah.
And
looks like we've got about 10 seconds left of this first round. Oh, there you go. There's the end of that first round. It's definitely a Haney round.
Yeah.
It's 10-9, Haney up by 1.
Yeah, Venu says, I'm watching the boxing. Are you really? Venu, if you can prove you're watching the boxing by telling me what channel it's on, by telling me where you can watch this, then I'll believe you, but you're definitely not.
Is Venu just up at 4:20 looking at
Yeah, well, he normally wakes up around like 5-6 a.m. anyway,
really?
Because he sleeps a lot earlier. Like he sleeps at like 9-10.
That's impressive.
But yeah, nice. When he gets up early to do marking and stuff, but he's a teacher, isn't he? Anyways, yeah, comfortable round for Devin Haney there.
Very comfortable.
And a feel out round for Jojo, but Venu clearly cheering on Jojo Diaz. 64% of you saying Haney to win. Obviously, we had a snapshot of 56% at the start of the fight. Round 2 just commencing here now. Jojo Diaz coming out, active. A lot more active than he did in that first round. You can see he's definitely taken on the information. He's tried to compute it a little bit, and he said, okay, right, time to now implement my game plan. A right hand from Haney, not quite connecting, just on the gloves of Jojo Diaz. We know the backhands for both fighters are going to be really, really crucial here. The right hand from Haney. That's how I know you're not watching, because it's not on BT Sport 1, it's on Dazn. But thank you for proving my point. A backhand from Diaz to the body, and then a right hook to the body as well from Diaz.
Nice. Better from Diaz.
Exactly. Yeah, much better. Good from Haney. 1-2 there, but not really catching him at all.
Shot to the
Guys,
body.
well, quite a few of you tuning in, which is quite cool this time. Do remember to like the video if you don't mind. Helps us out a great deal. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. You can see Haney just trying to set up the right hand, basically pouring and trying to use it almost as a fencer, that jab, and then to tee up on the right hand. All good work to the body from Devin Haney.
Yeah, and a jab by Diaz to the body as well.
Yeah, and good uppercut, but Diaz definitely having more success this round. Good left hook from Haney in the exchange there, getting the better of that exchange there. Flurry of punches from both, and Devin Haney finished off that exchange with a short left hook, catching Diaz. Doesn't look hurt though, but it's a good shot, an eye-catching shot from the American. All good from Diaz. Left hook. Devin Haney, though, manages to evade it. Good movement going backwards. You can see Haney definitely the more fleeter-footed out of the two by the looks of it.
And Jojo Diaz unleashing a bunch of shots to the body on the clinch. Referee stepping in and warning Jojo Diaz about shots to the back of the head.
Or wild right hook from Jojo Diaz, missing the mark. And then you can see a couple of jabs from Haney. They're definitely getting to it. It's starting to hot up this encounter for sure. You can see a lot more exchanges being thrown, and a lot more exchanges happening actually as Devin Haney trying to go right upstairs, and good head movement from Jojo Diaz dipping under that.
All right, good night, Vinny.
Thank you. The good comms are going to go back to bed. Yeah, go back to bed. I know why you're up.
You know, that was a better round, to be fair, from
Yeah.
Diaz, but I'd still give it to Haney personally.
Yeah, I think he had the better of the exchanges, Haney, didn't he? I think when they did get involved, guys. By the way, there's 20 of you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. If you don't mind, please do drop us a like, the big thumbs up button. You can see Mohammad gets so sick of me saying it, but it does help the algorithm, helps us out a great deal, like genuinely pushing this video. And also do subscribe to the channel as well, helps us out. Thank you. Appreciate you helping to grow the channel. It's interesting. So Jojo Diaz has got the Mexican flag on the back of their team shirts. Obviously, Mexican American, like Muhammad's favorite fighter, Andy Ruiz Jr., of course.
Yeah, I mean, first ever Mexican heavyweight champion of the world.
First ever Snickers champion as well. Good.
round 3 underway, and both fighters just taking the center of the ring again. And nice right thrown by Haney. Both fighters on the clinch, and a bit of a shoulder there from Haney on the clinch, and referee kind of tells him to watch it.
Interesting, yeah. Interesting. I don't like it when referees get too involved in the fight. Sometimes just going to let it play out, unless it's unless it's some foul play involved. But that wasn't really too bad. Good pivot there from Haney. Jabs and then tries to pivot around for the left hook. Doesn't manage to connect with it, but just good little bit of quality movement there from Haney. Jojo Diaz is trying to get on the chest of Haney. He'll need to. If he wants to have success, he'll need to be on his chest. He's a pressure fighter. Good from Haney picking off Diaz there. Not quite landing anything significant, but good uppercut there from Jojo Diaz into the body of Haney. And then good left hand as well. Having a bit more success in this round here, Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, and Jojo Diaz now trying to back Haney into the ropes, where Haney managed to pivot out and find himself in the center of the ring again.
Yeah, that's good. I like that little pivot there. It's quite almost Lomachenko-esque, to be fair, the way he pivots around. Interesting whether he has that extra layer to pivot and punch at the same time. I haven't really seen too much of that from Haney. He's more kind of the straight shots. Good left hand there from Haney as well. Left hook. And Jojo Diaz with his own jab coming back and just snapping the head back at Devin Haney as he's now against the ropes, but it comes off the ropes very, very quickly. Haney not letting Jojo Diaz have any opportunity to unleash on him on the ropes.
Yeah, Jojo Diaz with a jab to the body there. Haney coming back with his own jab. both fighters on the clinch again, and
Yeah,
looks like the referee
27
might
or
step in.
25 seconds left of this round 3.
A bunch of hooks thrown by Jojo Diaz on the clinch, but relatively ineffective, I imagine.
Yeah, a left hook from Haney throwing it, but again, like you're saying, ineffective, just catching the gloves of Jojo Diaz. Oh, that's a right hand from Haney. Did he hurt
very
him?
nice. Yeah.
Did he hurt him? That well, he
Well,
definitely
he pushed
staggered
him
back
back
into the rope.
and rocked him off balance there.
Yeah.
Haney. Maybe that's a bit of an eye-catching stiff left that he threw that the judges will be looking at, and maybe that's enough to give him that round. I'm gonna give that round to Haney there. Again, it's very close.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, that right hand from Haney definitely eye-catching, and I think it's interesting because I think you're right. It's more a balancing issue. That I think he caught him off balance, and so he staggered back. I don't think it was a shot, through Diaz that hurt him. I think it was more caught him off balance, but a good shot nonetheless from Devin Haney. A little bit of bruising there as they get the iron on the eye of Devin Haney, but let's see. I'm sure they'll show that shot again. The slow-mo highlights of the round.
Oh no, they didn't. They just froze
it just froze. Yeah, I thought that was me for 1 second, but it's just glitching out.
There you go. Anyway, back to round 4, and yeah, I mean Haney getting slightly backed up against the ropes there, but doing a good job of circling around the ring and preventing Diaz from pinning him against the ropes. Come forward with a left hook and then a shot to the body, which is a bit more effective.
Oh, that was a good body shot from Diaz, and you could see Haney flinch. You could see him; he winced there. That was a left hook to the body,
jab,
and Haney did not like that.
And then a bit of wrestling going on, and Haney finds himself on the floor. Yeah, it's quite rough, and the ref points to the corner so that Haney can kind of recover himself. Anyway, fight is back to fighting.
Oh, good left from Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, it's Jojo Diaz's fight to win.
Exactly.
Sorry, it's Jojo Diaz's round to win.
DJ Santos 23 says, "Yeah, no, can you please show the fight?" We can't show the fight because copyright. But also,
nice left by Jojo Diaz, and it looks like he's trying to go in for the kill. Maybe he thinks he's hurt Haney, and bunch of left thrown by Jojo Diaz. And
also DJ Santos, we're on YouTube. That's why. So most of our views on YouTube. We've got 20 people on YouTube viewing. So come on to YouTube if you want. If you're worried about the lack of views on Twitch, we're not as big on Twitch, to be fair.
I don't think we stream on. Well, we do, but
we do.
We're not very big. Yeah,
I'm not on Twitch. Yeah, good right to the body from Haney. Very, very good. But as he said, it's interesting that he just unloaded the judge. He clearly thought that he'd hurt Haney. I think more maybe he got a bit carried away with throwing him on the floor, which I don't think obviously isn't hurting him. He just kind of threw him on the floor, really. Haney as well is the bigger guy, so he should not be getting thrown around like that, to be honest with you. That's pretty amateurish stuff, though, in a way. From Haney needs to hold his own. There needs to make sure that he's not getting manhandled like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Good jab from Haney. Better. Good right hand as well. Not quite landing flush, just stiffening the head, though, of Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, and a shot to the body by Haney.
What was that? Jojo Diaz looking around as if to say, "Oh, I'm not hurt," but I think that hurt him. That short right, I think, hurt him. He was coming forward, and you can see a bit of animosity between the two. Interesting. I think I'd give it to Haney, but
I'm giving that to Diaz.
Diaz? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Haney up by 2 now.
Yeah, I think that was an interesting round for sure. Definitely both fighters thought they'd hurt the other at some point in that fight, which is very, very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, much tighter round compared to the previous rounds. That fourth one.
Indeed, yeah. And
More
hopefully they show
success.
more highlights in this round. So it was
Yeah.
it was a backhand actually, and you're right. Yeah, so Haney clinching, so he did get hurt. He was hurt for sure. It wasn't, I don't think he's majorly hurt, but he definitely felt it, which is why then he went to the clinch. So it was a good shot from Jojo Diaz, which is why he then came swing. To be fair, after.
All right, round 5 is on the way. And looks like both fighters getting quite excited and already find themselves in the clinch. Referee breaks the fighters up.
That's the thing, right? As well, I think the fact that they're Southpaw versus Orthodox is that at times they will get tangled, especially feet crossing and then lead hands canceling each other out. But for the most part, it's been pretty entertaining so far. Actually, some good passages of the fight and some good exchanges. Devin Haney, for me, having the better of most exchanges, but Diaz having some success, especially that last round. But as we said, I think Haney needs to get the stoppage if he wants to have that signature win. This will be a good win on his resume, another good win if he does get the win. But a stoppage, I think, puts him, just definitely puts him at the forefront of people's minds when they think about the lightweight division.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, Diaz, really good work there. Very, very good. There's a couple of shots to the head and then body.
Yeah,
didn't hurt Haney, but they're quality shots. Chris Mannix has got it. I think probably similar to what you have, 3-1.
Yeah, Haney up by 2.
Yeah. Haney with his hands down. Very interesting that he's got his hands down now. Not quite sure about that.
Probably trying to invite Diaz, try and throw something himself.
Yeah, try and counter, right? Yeah.
Quite a few kind of pot shots thrown by Haney just there. Diaz maintaining a high guard, though. He's not taking the bait.
No, he's not. He's trying to keep it nice and tight defensively. Good uppercut from Haney.
Yeah, followed by a right hook, which doesn't necessarily connect. And Diaz trying to walk Haney back and getting him against the ropes. He's had a lot of success getting Haney against the ropes and then unleashing with a bunch of kind of body shots usually.
Yeah, creating pressure, and then those winging hooks to the body, occasional uppercuts as well to the body from Jojo Diaz. Haney, as you can see, Eddie Hearn looking on in the crowd.
Oh, both fighters in the clinch again. Referee stepping in. 30 seconds left for this 5th round. Certainly a close one again.
Yeah, agreed. Not too much in it. Not a huge amount of eye-catching shots this round. Definitely shots thrown, but both fighters doing well to either catch it on the gloves or evade it, or at least be moving backwards when getting clipped. So makes a big difference. Good right hand to the body from Devin Haney.
Yeah, I think that just about ends that round. So I think I'll give that to Haney. That round.
Yeah, I would as well. So I've
got Haney up by 3.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, as well for tuning in. Thanks to those who've liked the video and subscribed. If you haven't, please do get involved. Helps us out a great deal. Thank you by liking and subscribing as Mohammad takes a sip of his big water bottle.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, stay hydrated. Hashtag stay hydrated.
Just a bit of
showing the body work from Haney there.
Boom.
Straight right to the body.
Right, yeah. I think Jojo Diaz, one thing to know is whenever these two fighters have been clinching, I think Jojo Diaz has done a pretty decent job of just throwing a bunch of shots to the body on the clinch.
Yeah, he tried to be active in the clinch, hasn't he, Jojo Diaz, which makes a big difference because definitely the refs take note, and especially if he's managing to say, that was a good shot from Diaz. That stiffened the legs of Haney. It was the backhand, and Haney did not see that coming. The backhand from Diaz there, and definitely stiffened the legs a little bit. That was a good shot to start off the round for Diaz, and Haney's going to have to do a fair bit now to turn this turn
Round
this
around.
around. Yeah. Mr. Bean Daddy 1, that's a fantastic name, by the way, from Twitch. Thanks for joining from Twitch. Says, all right, lads, any knockdowns yet? None so far.
None yet.
A couple of, definitely both fighters hurt at some point, not, majorly hurt, but you can see, some hurtful shots and then stinging and going to the clinch, etc. Stiffening of the legs, but no knockdowns as of yet. We're in round 6. 2 minutes to go in this
Nice
sixth
body
round.
shot by Haney. And
Yeah.
I mean, I suspect there'll be a knockdown at some point in this fight. I mean, these both.
Yeah,
these
I mean,
fighters.
you'd expect so, given how both are fighting, but there are definitely question marks around the power that both possess. So it'll be interesting to see if we do see a knockdown. I would assume it's probably going to be more of accumulation of punches rather than the kind of one-off power punch. To be fair,
Yeah.
Oh, good right hand from Haney. So, has anyone got a link? We're watching on Dazn, so we don't have a link. But if you guys can get involved in our Discord, as Mohammad said, and sort it out between yourselves. But yeah. Mr. Bean Daddy once says, "I need both fighters to be knocked down for 50 quid." That was not a particularly sensible bet from you. If you should have checked how much power these guys have got, but we'll see. It could happen. It's a scrap, that's for sure. So they're definitely, as Mohammad would say, brawling at times. So it could potentially happen. Interesting. Showing the percentage, kind of punches landed and thrown in that round 5, and Diaz with a slight advantage in terms of accuracy at 26% to 24%. We know that punch stats are not always a be all and end all, but an interesting stat
more thrown by Haney though. Generally, just more volume coming from him.
100%. Yeah. Oh, good straight left there from Haney, and then good right to the body as well. When he's firing off, at times he looks quite sharp. To be fair, Devin Haney.
Nice left by Jojo Diaz though. I mean, it's a close round. This is a close round.
Yeah. Oh, good left hook from Diaz. That was a good left hook. 2 left hooks from Haney thrown, but none connecting from what I can see. So a good round for both. Really, I mean, as you said, it's quite hard to differentiate them. I'd say maybe Diaz's round because he had the 2 eye-catching shots. The backhand at the start and then the left hook towards the end of the round. But you can give it to whoever you want, really.
I've been giving that to Diaz. I've got Haney up by 2.
Yeah, Mr. Bean Daddy 1 says I need both fighters. Says sorry, he says nah, it's a certain. Trust me. To be fair, not a great bet, but anything can happen. Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I wouldn't have made that bet, to be fair. But, each their own. You never know, and it could happen. I'm sure if it does, you'll probably win a lot of money, I'd imagine. He said to win 50 quid.
Said for 50, right? So,
but you
put down what? You put down 5 and you get 50 back, or did you actually put 50 down?
Yeah, you wouldn't have put down 50.
Yeah, probably.
Guys, well, there's quite a few of you on YouTube anyway, especially watching. There's 23 of you, at least, nearly 25. Do you remember to like the video if you don't mind and subscribe? Helps a great deal to grow the channel. And liking and subscribing just helps with the algorithm as well. Good uppercut from Haney. A couple of interesting. He's obviously trying to utilize the uppercut with Jojo Diaz kind of leaning over his front foot.
Nice right.
It means that he's susceptible to the uppercut. Because he's leaning forward, right? He's trying to get on the chest of Haney, literally, which means that he's susceptible to the uppercut, which Haney's tried to fire off at times. Hasn't always been the most effective shot, but definitely trying to throw. It's definitely the right punch to throw when he sees Diaz coming in to try and kind of ward him off. Good body work there from Haney.
Nice uppercut.
And a jab thrown from the American. Good left hook, and then good right hand to the body from Haney. Thing is, these are good shots. It's not a lot of shots seem to be hurting either fighter, honestly. I think that is the big difference, and that's why I was saying there's kind of a question mark around the power. It definitely looks good, but as we said, no knockdowns yet or anything, and a couple of stiffened legs at times, but nothing major. We haven't seen anyone in proper trouble. Although Diaz here throwing with a backhand with venom there, trying to clip Haney. That's a good backhand again. That's 2 from Diaz. Definitely connecting, not flush, but connecting to some degree. That there, Jojo Diaz. Good backhand again. Good left hook. This is good work from Diaz. Much better this round so far. I've definitely got him up in this round. Good. That's a good backhand though from Haney right through the guard of Jojo Diaz, and that will be another scoring shot for the American. Well, I say American, they're both American. Good left hook from Diaz, and much better. Mr. Bean Daddy One saying, £5 at 9-1. Says, will you be watching the Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury fight? Yeah, we'll be streaming it live here on YouTube and Twitch. We will be good. 1-2 from Devin Haney. Better, but I think landing on the gloves, that backhand, to be fair, of Daney onto the white gloves of Jojo Diaz. Good jab pumped out, though, from Devin Haney, and then a right hand as well. Oh, good work from Devin Haney. Much better. He definitely throws those straight shots well. That's good work from Diaz. The right hook in the end, not landing, but the first couple and that flurry definitely clipping Devin Haney. So towards the end of that 6th round, I mean, what do you think?
I'll give it to Diaz, to be honest. I think.
So you've got it level then?
Well, I've got Haney up by 1.
Oh, you got Haney up by 1. Okay.
Yeah. I think Haney did well in the latter half of that round, but I think it was just a little too late. I think Diaz had the better of much of that first half of the round. I think that was enough for him to take that round, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. As Mohammad said, I think it's just a pretty close fight here, to be fair. But you can see here that backhand from Diaz just causing problems, especially when he dips down and throws it over the top. Guys, there's actually 45 in the chat, so it's good to have so many people on at this time, especially as it's nearly 5 a.m. here in the UK. Please do remember to smash the like button. The big thumbs up button helps us out a great deal. And do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you all for joining. You're all legends for doing so. Mr. Bean Daddy One saying, who do you reckon will win? It surely got to be Fury. I mean, I think that's what we both think, isn't it? But we'll see, I guess.
As long as there's no knockout clause.
I mean, Tommy Fury also is very inexperienced, to be fair as well. So, I mean, he's not Tyson Fury, but he should. He's a professional boxer. Like, should be good enough to just battle Jake Paul, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it all plays out. Good jab throwing from Devin Haney through the guard. We've got a new fighter on our hands, David Haney. So round 8 here. So you've got it 4-3, right, to Haney?
Yeah, I've got Haney up by 1. Yes, that's
yeah. Correct. I'm in that same bracket. I think I've got. I think I've given some rounds differently to you, but overall, I think I've got the same
bunch of punches off the clinch, and the referee just trying to calm these fighters down.
Yeah, Chris Mannix has got Haney up 3, which I think is slightly wide. But the thing is, there have been some swing rounds, haven't there? To be fair.
Yeah. I think even the last two rounds, generally speaking, have been swing rounds.
Agreed.
So judges could be scoring it either way, but I think Jojo Diaz, you have to give him credit. He's been doing a bit better than I had expected. I thought maybe Haney would be taking the rounds away by this stage, starting to kind of increase his lead, but I think it's actually much closer than we think.
I agree. I think, I thought he would probably have a sizable lead by this point, but Jojo Diaz definitely holding his own. And look, he's definitely done well in terms of putting Haney under pressure. I think, as we've said, to get that kind of big signature win for Haney, he needs to stop Jojo Diaz here, similar to how Ryan Garcia did with Luke Campbell, right? Similar caliber of opponent. If Haney can get the stoppage here, it will be a very good win. But at the moment, both seem to be lacking a bit of power, and that was, I think, the question marks around both fighters, and we've definitely seen a little bit of that, to be fair. No one getting particularly hurt. There haven't been a huge amount of flush shots thrown, to be fair, especially from Haney that we've seen on the replays. But that's a better backhand from Haney, planting his feet there. Then a good left hook to the body, and then left hook to the head and pivoting round. Really good, slick work from Devin Haney there. Good left hook again. Definitely managing the pop-off shots here. This is a better round from Haney for me.
Yeah.
Just slipping under the left hook of Jojo Diaz as well. Some really sharp work in there in this 8th round.
Yeah, that's correct. And I think that's enough for Devin Haney to take away this round.
Yeah,
so
same. I've given
round.
that to Haney. So we've got Haney up 2 now. Yes. In the votes as well, thanks guys for voting. 58% of you are saying Haney to win, which is probably about right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure how Jojo Diaz can win from here. He doesn't really seem to have the concussive power to stop Haney, but you never know. I think cumulative punches and accurate punches can definitely have an effect. So we'll see. But it's been an entertaining fight so far, and we shall see how it all pans out. But so far, it's been relatively entertaining. But yeah, I think rightly so. We've got Haney in front. Chris Mannix will probably have him up 4 rounds. We've got him up 2.
Probably, yeah.
And it definitely some swing rounds in there, no doubt, which could be given to either fighter. But yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job scoring wise so far. I think it's pretty accurate.
I think we're probably closer to the actual score, to be honest. I mean, we've been obviously looking at it quite impartially, so I'm sure it's closer than Haney being up by 4. But
well,
referee just telling Haney off for something, probably low blows, I imagine. I don't know. He has thrown a few shots to the body that have been a bit low.
Exactly, yeah, right hand to the body a bit low there from Devin Haney. So just told off a little bit to say, keep it above the balls, please. Good right hand to the body from Devin Haney, and then left hook as well thrown there, but not clipping Diaz, but good intent, good right hand to the body again. He does like throwing that straight right to the body. It's a good shot as well, to be fair. Definitely throws it with a bit of venom, and that'll definitely slow Diaz down. As he's got Haney into a corner here, though. Diaz is interesting.
Yeah,
Haney managing to get out from there. Good head movement, dipping left to right. Good left hook thrown from Haney in the end as well. He's just countering Diaz here. Diaz is trying to throw the kitchen sink at Haney. I think he knows. He probably realizes he's down on the scorecards.
Yeah.
So he's trying to be a bit more proactive, try and potentially even get the stoppage. But yeah, I think he knows that, look, I'm not in front, that's for sure. Meki Chumley says, how can you watch it? So we're watching it on Dazn. So I think you can watch it on Dazn pretty much in all territories, if I'm not mistaken, apart from, no, everywhere actually, including the US. So yeah. So do check it out.
Oh, nice left hook thrown by Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, good left hook indeed, as Mohammad says, from Jojo Diaz. Better work from him, right to the body. Haney definitely utilizing that shot. And it's good as well, because what it means is that it makes Jojo Diaz think twice. He thinks that the right hand comes to the body, to the head, then goes to the body, and then vice versa. So he's mixing it up, body and head, which means that Jojo Diaz will keep something open, either the body or head at times. It's very hard to keep both tight in your guard at all times. Yeah, good lead left hand, and then a pouring backhand from Jojo Diaz. Good right hand, really good right hand from Devin Haney. Then another right hand, and he thinks he's hurt Diaz there by the way that he came forward. So interesting, good right hand again from Haney, and then a left hook.
Yeah.
Ooh, here you go, a bit of a firefight exchange here. Yeah, no one really getting the better of the other. Good body shot, though, from Diaz. Good left hook again. Trying to pummel the body there with winging hooks. Yeah, good left thrown from Haney. Sharp jab, and I'm not really sure to give that to, honestly.
Tight around, but I think I'm giving that to Haney, to be fair.
Yeah.
He just had a bit
definitely the cleaner work from Haney, for sure. Meki Chumley says, Dazn is not available in your country when I tried to watch it. Where are you from, Meki? Also, guys, we've got like 50 people. So
Just saw a
thanks for
big
joining.
jump in the viewership. Yes, thank you
Yeah,
very much.
thanks for joining. Please do remember to like the video if you don't mind. That's help us out a great deal with the algorithm, etc. Blah blah. And also, please do remember to subscribe to the channel as well. Liking and subscribing really does help us out, helps us to grow, helps us to give you guys the best content possible. So I do
Yeah,
appreciate it, and thank you to those who have already liked the video and to those who have subscribed because you're all legends for doing so, and it does help us out. It really, really does. But yeah, I wonder what country. Hey, Mackie says in Chicago.
that's the US, isn't it? Should be
Dude,
fine.
it should definitely be available in the US. Dazn is definitely available. It's an app though, so you might have to download it on your phone or something. But also you have to pay for it. It's not free, so it's $7.99 a month. I think in the US, I'm not sure what that is in dollars, but in the UK it's $7.99. I'm not sure what it is in the US. I think
Probably
maybe
around
$11,
$10ish. Yeah,
$11, something
something
like
like
that,
that.
maybe. But it's $11 for the month. I mean, I guess to be fair, the fights they've got on there it is like worth it. To be fair, like we watched quite a few. We watched Teofimo Lopez Cambosos last week. That would have been a pay-per-view. To be fair, so it's it's for all the marbles. This probably could have been on pay-per-view as well. Like if they've got Tank Davis on pay-per-view, Devin Haney could have been on pay-per-view. Who knows? But yeah, so I think definitely worth it. In our eyes, we watch enough. To be fair.
Oh, Diaz trying to go to the body. Then he's had the better of the two in these exchanges of this 10th round, I think.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
So far, although there's still kind of more or less like 1 minute 50 left of this 10th round. But yeah, Diaz just trying to walk Haney down into the ropes. Haney trying to jab there.
I mean, to be fair to Haney, he's tried to be proactive in this fight. It's quite tough to be critical and say that he hasn't tried to come forward. I think he has. At times, he has just tried to counter with Jojo Diaz being on the front foot, but he has thrown. He hasn't been passive, to be fair, and hasn't tried to just jab and move. Good body shot there, thrown from Haney again, and then another jab thrown. But yeah, I think he's just. Yeah, it's definitely the power question. It really is. Good punch thrown, right hand thrown going downwards actually as Jojo Diaz dips in towards range. Good right hand again from Haney. And that's a good backhand from Diaz. Catches Haney
Yes,
unawares. You could see flinch there. Didn't see that coming at all.
And yeah, Haney keeping his body low, avoiding all those punches that Diaz just tried to throw at him.
Exactly. Yeah, good ducking and dodging as well there from Haney. Diaz is, he's definitely played his part in this fight. He's been pretty damn solid, honestly. It's just more a question of, is he winning these rounds? And I don't think he is, and that's going to come back to bite him a little bit because he is trying to be active. He's trying to throw that. He's just unfortunately not having as much success as he would like. Haney just with the cleaner work for the most part got Diaz up against the ropes, and I tell you what, that was quite fortunate for Diaz. He didn't like he was going to get out of the ropes there. Tries to throw it to the body there, Haney, and then the round is over. So Haney will be thinking, look, I need to try and get Diaz in a similar position. If I want to get him out, it'll probably be, if he doesn't get the stoppage, it'll be the type of stoppage that he has him up against the ropes and he throws a flurry of punches and Diaz isn't throwing back and he's kind of hurt him a little bit, but it's not, a clean knockout. I think that's what I see if we are going to get one. I would be surprised if we get a stoppage though. What have we got on the score? Because I think we've got Haney up by 3 or 4 now.
Maybe it's a bit more controversial. I gave that round to Diaz, to be honest.
Okay.
So I've got Haney up by 2.
By 2.
So
Yeah,
I've got it closer. I have a feeling that the actual judges probably have it up by 3-4 for Haney, I would imagine. By this stage, at least. But I've got it slightly closer.
Mr. Bean Daddy 1 trying to get his 50 quid says
still no knockdowns.
Unfortunately, no. So you're, as I said, that was an ambitious bet, but who knows? There's still some time. 2 rounds left, so you better hope for some extremely entertaining next 2 rounds.
Yeah, and I imagine that Diaz is going to start taking more risks. He probably knows that he's down on the scorecard.
Yeah,
So
which means he should
he's
open
gonna,
up, and we should see some more eye-catching shots from either fighter. I think you see
yeah,
Kambosos there giving comms. I wonder how he's assessing this. I think he'll be, obviously, potentially, if Haney wins this fight, most likely that will be the fight to make. So if there is, you can see Kambosos, I'm sure, is definitely eyeing up Haney here, thinking and looking to see how Haney approaches and goes about his business. Good left hook there from Haney, and then goes into the clinch, trying to make sure he's not in range for Jojo Diaz. Last couple of rounds here now, and there's 2 minutes to go, just under 2 minutes actually of this 11th round. It's been, I mean, I don't really know. At the moment, there's still quite a long way to go in this round, but Haney looking cleaner. It's just the cleaner work, isn't it? I think.
he's been producing cleaner work. Although what's weird is that oftentimes whenever they've thrown the statistics up, Jojo Diaz has often had the better of the two in terms of percentage.
Which is interesting, isn't it?
But I think just Haney's thrown more as well.
I think maybe it's been the eye-catching shots potentially as well. Maybe you see that, but that's good from Jojo Diaz. Good work there. And then a good right hand from Haney in response. That right hand at times he throws it almost. It's not particularly as straight as it could be, and that's why it doesn't maybe have the power it does. It's more of a kind of looping straight right hand, kind of overhand right, and doesn't quite have the power it potentially could if he straightens up. This is good work from Diaz as Haney bizarrely moves his head there, just almost frenetically, managing to avoid getting clipped, but they didn't look particularly great in terms of the refs. We're looking at thinking, is he hurt or why is he moving strangely like that? But in the end, gets out of that little bit of a pickle. Yeah, good right thrown from Jojo Diaz as well. Good left to the body as well. He needs to be careful here because, as you said, if we're looking at it from a kind of subjective point of view, he's 2 up, but he loses the next 2 rounds and, potentially it could be a draw. So I do think that most likely he's the home fighter. I think they'll have Haney up by more than 2, but you never know.
Yes, and with about 5 seconds left of this 11th.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of backhands thrown from both, kind of off balance, actually, both fighters there. And it's a bit of a shame because the last 2 rounds, the last 10 seconds have been the most exciting of the round, and they haven't been allowed to play out. It's just stopped, obviously, before we've got to really see it ignite. Nearly 100 votes as well. The poll, thanks for voting. 59% of you saying Haney to win, which makes sense. He is in the lead, I think. We've both got him up. And last round coming up here. I don't think we're going to see a stoppage or any knockdowns. Sorry, Mr. Bean Daddy one. But, oh, God.
Yeah, we'd have to see both of them get knocked down in this final round in order for Mr. Bean Daddy one to walk home with 50 quid. So I think it's slightly unlikely, but we'll see. I mean, as you said, they have finished the last 2 rounds with fireworks, and let's see what happens for this final round.
You'd imagine that Jojo Diaz knows he's down the card, so he must be coming out. I'm sure he's going to throw the kitchen sink at Haney. He has to.
Yeah, I mean, I gave Haney that 11th round, so Haney up by 3 on my unofficial scorecard.
Yeah, same. Thank you, Mohammad, for your unofficial scorecard.
You're welcome.
Good left hook from Haney. Look, Diaz has just got to come out. He's just got to swing for the hills.
He has to
go out on his shield. If you're going to lose, then and you get clipped, then fine, so be it. But this is his chance, right, to get a world title at this weight class, to set up a huge fight potentially against Kambosos as well, if undisputed. This is it now, right? It's now or never for Diaz.
To the back of him, and he's throwing everything, including the kitchen sink.
Yeah, Haney just tying up, right?
He must know that he's behind on points, otherwise he wouldn't come out in this fashion. So
exactly, tying up, Haney tying up Diaz, and then some hurtful shots thrown from Diaz, but not really quite landing, just more kind of on the shoulders and not managing to land flush. It's good from Haney, just managing to move well. Yeah, good upper body movement from from the Dream. Good. Well, that's a good left hook though from Diaz. Definitely connected that one.
Yeah.
And so far the round to Diaz, and Haney throwing wildly left and right and
I think
completely
if I was
missing.
Haney, I would just be trying to box a bit smarter. I mean, he must know he's up on points. I mean, there's no need to engage in a
Hold on.
war.
Oh, hold on. It's a backhand from
Oh, that
Diaz.
was a good left thrown
I
by
think he has
Diaz,
to, you
though.
know that. I
Yeah,
think
and
he
there's
has
a
to.
minute left, and
Haney's, yeah,
was-
I agree with you. I think at this stage, he's not going to get the stoppage. I don't think Haney. So you're right. He needs to now box smart. There's no point opening up now. He just needs to box and move. That's it for the last minute now,
Yeah.
and just accept the fact that it's going to be a points victory, and just box smarter because he's gotten to a firefight here and actually he's looked. You can easily get dropped with some of those shots that Diaz has thrown. Haney's been a bit reckless to be honest in this last round where he's boxed pretty well throughout the whole fight. And definitely up. It hasn't been a landslide victory by any stretch of the imagination. It's he's won this by a few rounds, but that's a good backhand from Haney throwing that in close quarters, and this is where Diaz wants him. He wants to fight, so Diaz just needs to. He's got 30 seconds. That's it. It's now or never now to throw the kitchen sink at Devin Haney. But he looks pretty tired. To be fair, Diaz
looks a bit too late now, and I don't suspect any knockdowns in the last 20 seconds of this fight, and it looks like it's going to go to a points victory for Haney.
Yeah, better work from Haney there. It's a right hook and then double right hand and then jab actually in the end. Good little combination there thrown. And just picking his shots and good.
I give that round to Diaz, but I think Haney wins overall.
Yeah, good win. Diaz is putting his hand up as if he's won, which
I mean, you can do that.
bizarre.
I mean, who knows how close this fight is, and I certainly don't think he's won.
No.
Who knows? I mean, I
don't think so either. Mr. Bean
suspect
Daddy won, so
Haney's won
well,
by-
lads, we'll get him next time.
Unlucky, Mr. Bean Daddy won. I'm keen to find out what the judges have scored this fight as. I think our view is that it's quite clear that Haney is won on points, but Diaz is looking
Oscar
very
De La Hoya
jubilant.
thinks he's won.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's going to think his boys won. But
so Chris Mannix
look at that.
won by 6 rounds.
6 rounds, exactly.
That's pretty wide.
So I mean, unless Chris Mannix is completely off his nut, I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Unless he's been having some of the stuff that De La Hoya has been having in recent times.
Well, recent times is just an understatement, but
yeah.
Haney, I've got Haney up by 2. I suspect it's going to be
wider than that. Yeah. Mr. Bean Daddy wants his bedtime for me. Chat to the stream, no problem. Thanks for joining, guys. If you're watching on Twitch as well, do like the video and follow us on Twitch. We stream to both simultaneously. If you're on YouTube as well, thanks for tuning in. We've had a pretty damn good turnout considering it's 5 a.m.
Really good.
in the UK. So really do appreciate it. Do remember to like the video if you haven't done so already. If you have done so, thank you. And do remember to subscribe as well. It helps us out a great deal with the algorithm and with growth. And just showing the backhands from Diaz, I think throughout the fight, or maybe that last round, but a couple of really good backhands. So, and he did have some success with that for sure throughout this fight.
Yeah.
But for me, Haney overall just probably a little bit too much for Diaz. And in the end, I think a very, very I don't want to say it's a very good performance. I think it was a solid performance from Haney.
So what was your score? What was your score for Zon? Haney
I
up by
was
4 or 3?
Yeah, I was similar to you. I was 2 or 3 rounds.
Kind
of to Haney. So,
all right, and Diamante's got a score because it's listening. I assume unanimous, but let's see.
$170, $111.
170, 111. 160, 112. ED must be Haney. There you go, Haney.
Yeah, and Jojo Diaz clapping as well. I think he knew that was coming. I mean, I know he kind of said, "Oh, I've won" and stuff, but
Yeah.
I think he knew he look at Mauricio Suleiman, man. Mauricio Suleiman is one of he's one of the worst people in boxing. Like he seems like a nice guy, but the rules and stuff for the WBC are a joke. Like the franchise belt is just being passed around when it was supposed to be just a status. He said that Devin Haney is undisputed now. It's not undisputed. Like it's just he said it's a mess.
Yeah, I mean,
De La Hoya
well
saying
done
to Haney, well boxed or something
well,
like
whatever. I mean, yeah.
that.
Oh god.
De La Hoya is more like a caricature than anything nowadays.
I mean, if you hear some of the stuff between him and Dana White
So
in
look
the
at that.
UFC, it's quite interesting.
So Haney doesn't look like interested in talking to Mauricio Suleiman. That's because there's a lot of controversy around like the WBC belt and the franchise belt, and no one knows really what's going on with it. It's just really unclear, but you can see final punch stats there. So 38% connected for Haney, 28% for Joseph Diaz Jr. And in terms of just total punches, not just power punches, but in general, 27% to 24% in favor of Devin Haney. Of course, CompuBox and can be subjective because sometimes it doesn't always pick up every single clean shot. Sometimes it can get it wrong, and it's not the best stat to look at, but it's always an interesting one to look at to make your case as well. As Chris Mannix in the he's got to call out Kambosos surely. Never been down to Jojo Diaz. Says a lot. It's an entertaining fight, to be fair.
Yeah, it wasn't a boring fight to watch, even though it did go the distance.
Yeah.
But it was competitive enough, and I think Diaz had some good parts of the exchanges
Spots,
there.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was just interesting. There's an element that something could go a bit wrong for Haney at points, but kept us entertained throughout the whole fight.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's it. But let's see if Haney's going to mention Kambosos or anything like this.
He must do.
Just being asked whether he managed to show his power in this fight. Haney replying, "Oh yeah, definitely." I think there is a power issue. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Now he's starting to mention Kambosos. Yeah, obviously calling out.
So he's basically told him to go to Australia.
Got a Jupiter if I have to.
To be fair, right, that's what you want to hear, though. You want to hear someone say, "You know what? I'll travel and get it done." You don't want someone to be like, "I'm just going to stay in the US and fight." Like he wants the belts, and he clearly is driven, and he'll say, "Look, I'll fight wherever to get the belts," and that's how you should be thinking. So that's good to hear at least as well. I think we're going to wrap it up. It's 5:20 a.m. But thank you everyone who has joined. It's been a pretty damn good turnout, honestly. So thanks to those who have liked the video as well. Please do, if you haven't already, if you don't mind, before signing off, and also do subscribe to the channel as well. We will be doing Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury next week. I don't know if there's a UK card on that we're going to be doing. I'll have to check, but I'm not sure or kind of confirm. But we'll definitely be doing Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, which will probably be around the same time that we've just been streaming today. So do get involved in that if you're interested in it. And of course, we'll have more streams coming up. There's quite a few coming up, some interesting fights. Any closing remarks, Mohammad?
No, interesting fight. I think it was a clear win for Haney. Joe Diaz put up a good performance, but just wasn't enough. And look forward to seeing Haney Kambosos in the future.
Indeed, yeah, that'll be a great fight. Cool. Thank you very much, guys. Stay safe and well, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you very much.